Alright, how you guys doing today? My name is Marvin. Today I'm going to show you how to change your spark plugs, distributor rotor, and distributor cap, and spark plug cables, and potentially the fuel filter on a 1999 Honda Civic EX. So, first thing you want to do is you want to label where everything's going to go, because like me, I've never done this before. So I just want to make sure I get it right the first time. So spark plugs 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to change the distributor cap, so I'm not going to worry about that. I did label it on my new one. You also, these are all the tools you also want to have before you start doing this. You want to have your spark plugs. I already gapped them. 0.44. You want to have a socket with an extension for 8mm. You also want to have a socket with an extension 16mm. Needle nose pliers, and I have a torque wrench, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Prop my camera up for you guys. See if I can get the best angle. Alright. Oops. Alright, so first I'm you want to get a pair of these black gloves. They just make everything so much nicer. Alright. So first, I'm going to start off with taking off the spark plug caps. Shits are dusty, man. These are all labeled, so I can unplug everything, get it out of the way. Try and keep these little plastic things that make your life easier when you go and put these wires on. Try and keep them nice and neat. So, I'm going to grab my 16mm. Excuse my fumbling around. I actually cut the tip of my thumb off the other day at work. So my finger's a little weak. I just tightened that shit. Turn to the right. You want to be careful with this. You don't want to just torque the shit out of it, because you don't want anything to get stuck. Probably should have had something to grab the spark plugs out, huh? Too bad I can't tilt the engine upside down and just pull it out. This is a fucking joke, right? Cool. Found my spark plug wrench. These actually are pretty good, but I'm gonna change them out anyways because why not? I just got the car, so I'm replacing it with NGKR ZF R5F11s. Okay, now before you put these in, you actually do want to check the gap again, just in case something's happened. Maybe they've shifted a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but I'm gonna gap this right here, and it's a snug fit. It's fairly snug. It can pass through. Okay, let's drop this bitch in. I'm actually going to use a torque wrench because I'm fucking terrified that I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm gauging these on how tight I should tighten them by how fucking much I'm unloosening it, which probably isn't the best way, but like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this, so I don't know what I'm doing exactly. Trial and error, just probably like how everyone else is doing right now. Come on, motherfucker. Remember, just check the gaps before you drop them in. I got lucky with this car. It's 2017. This is a 99 Civic EX. Kelly Blue Book value, I believe, was $1,900. I paid $13 for it. I'm actually going to change the headers in a week or two, a few weeks. It's got a pace setter exhaust. It's alright. It doesn't sound too bad. Close this one up a little bit. Lost my damn needle nose pliers. God damn it, Cletus. God damn it, Cletus, you done lost your needle nose. Now they make better tools than, I'm just using needle nose pliers to set the space, and the actual gauge, there's actually like a wrench that comes with, that you can get, that pulls that little piece off the ignition a little bit tighter. It makes it a little bit, it's a lot safer than using needle nose pliers if you have the actual tool. Don't know what it's called. I just know how to watch videos and fucking fix it. Ooh. This one is a little burnt. Just a little burnt out. I'm actually gonna I'm not sure who did the gaps on these. Who put these plugs in before, but they're not even gapped right. Somehow, since they're not even gapped right, fuck! I'm hoping that when I put the new ones in, there's no problems. car actually has a new radiator. It's got a cold air intake. Rims. It's got a exhaust halfway. It's got a halfway exhaust. I gotta change the headers. It doesn't. This version, the one I have, does not have anti-lock brakes. I've only tightened all 4 of these just up to where I felt that they were closed. I haven't tightened them 100% all the way yet. Mama told me not to sell word. Okay. Like I said, make sure you check. I pre-gapped mine while I was setting everything up. And before you put them in, you just want to double check. Now I'm not over tightening these. Okay. Now that you've got your plugs in, I'm gonna go ahead and take off this distributor cap. Now I actually sprayed these with a PB blaster a little bit before I started, so you might want to do that as well. Make everything a lot easier. I'm gonna change the rotor in this distributor cap, the distributor rotor, I guess it's called. I'm pretty sure there's like a little tiny screw I've got to put in there, and I'm hoping that when I take this fucking cap off, everything's lined up nicely. I don't have to break my balls trying to fucking get to it. Now, how I learned how to do this was just watched a few videos on YouTube. The good old interwebs. And just hope for the best. Respect. Now, when I look at this, starting to think that this actually is a new distributor cap. And the rotor actually looks good, but I want to change it anyways. So I'm pretty sure the way that you get this little rotor to spin is I'm gonna cold crank the engine, and it should turn a little bit. Too much. Try it again. Didn't say it was easy. Perfect. All right. Now you're gonna do what I just did, and it's going to free up this little screw. You'll be able to see it before it was flip facing the other way. So I'm gonna change that out now. So what you're gonna do is you don't want to strip it like I'm almost about to do. Son of Beach. Be careful, you don't want to lose the screw. Put it right there. Slide this off. It's actually a new distributor he must have put on before I bought it. At some point he had a new distributor put on. But I'm gonna change it anyways. Because why the fuck not?
try not to drop that little screw into the engine bay. So you will be really pissed off. Just want to make sure it's tight. Now, get your new distributor cup. That's actually been labeled by myself. Throw that bitch on there. Now it came with new screws. Fasteners you're going to want to put in. All these old parts that you just took off, you want to keep those because you never know when you'll need them. I actually used to own a 1988 Ranger. When I changed all the parts, I would like to keep them in a box, either in the garage or just somewhere where I knew that if I ever needed, like my truck wasn't gonna start, you can just grab that box of parts. Hopefully they still work, something still works, because not all the time you pull something off it's actually broken. Make sure you get this bitch nice and tight. I'm not sure if people know, but I know when I got this car, or when they made this car, they didn't put a VTEC badge on it. But it actually does have a VTEC solenoid. Magnificently. Here are my new cables. I'll show you in a second.